Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, and today we are doing another author taste test. This has been a long time in the making. I just haven't had a chance to edit this video and probably put it out, but we are reading from Corinne Michaels, and this is something that I've been putting off for so long. And let me tell you, I should have read from her sooner. I adore everything that woman puts out. Actually, I didn't have any duds. I'll give you that spoiler warning, but I did enjoy this process a lot more than some of my other ones. I do really recommend her books. I just ended up getting a lot of cop romances very quickly. I don't know how, but it's fine. No big deal. A lot of cop and military stuff, which is not my flavor. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to start with Give Me More by Corinne Michaels, obviously. This one, like I said, it is another military romance. This is a romantic suspense, very suspenseful, and like a second chance marriage of convenience style. It is great. So there's that spoiler warning as well. So let's roll the tapes and I'll see you guys at the end. Okay friends, I am 30-something% of the way through Give Me Love. This is very much like romantic suspense. These two entered into a marriage of convenience while they were employed, something like that, in the military. And now she's working as a PI. Her name is, what is her name? Everly? Keeping characters' names straight is sometimes the hardest thing. Yes, her name is Blakely and his name is Everett. It is really hard to keep characters' names straight when you're reading so many books. And a lot of them have similar names. But intrigued in the plot. I don't know if the plot's going to be as good in this as I'm expecting. I have now read Catherine Cowles, so for me, once you read Catherine Cowles, not much compares in the romantic suspense element. So we will see. I enjoy them. Interesting and different to see a girl groveling for a man back and he's so not interested. They were in a fake marriage. Then she just left because she's got issues. She is scared of commitment for whatever reason and leaves without a trace, sends him an email saying, better off that we're apart and just remain married. And then a few years go by and he sends her divorce papers. She cracks it, comes to town, claiming that she has a case that she's investigating that's in the same town that he lives in. And he's like, I want a divorce, I want a divorce, I want a divorce. I want to find love. I don't want to be married to you still. I want to find love. He was fully in love with her from the start. I think she loved him, but was too afraid to admit it. But I'm going to keep reading. I have an appointment. I have a I have a peel booked at 3 o'clock. So I'm hoping I'm going to finish this by then. I should. But I also need to have lunch at some point. So this book is insane. I'm 75% of the way through it. It's definitely very slow in the first sort of half. But then I fall in love. And now everything's turned to fucking shit. Why does this always happen? Why does everything always have to turn to shit? I just don't understand. I just want everyone to be happy. I feel things are going to change. I feel it's all going to work out, but not ideal. I'm going to update you when I finish. Because I'm going to go, I can't stop now. Things are starting to unfold and I'm what is happening? What is going on? Ugh. Okay. Baby. I finished Give Me Love. I'm going to give it a 3.5 stars. It was really good, but it's just not quite 4 star. I'm constantly reworking my ratings system. It can be really hard to sort of rate books. So a 3.5 it was good. I would recommend it to most, which is 100% how I feel about this. It was good. Because a 4 star is, I loved it. And I didn't love this. It just didn't fully love it. It was a little bit chaotic. I don't know, something about this series is really full on. The romance is definitely on the side of the suspense, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not my favorite way of consuming these books. They're definitely more suspense than romantic suspense, but that's fine. Once they got back together, it was at the 40% mark, and then we spent 25% of them together. Then there was a bit of separation, and then the last 10%-ish. Yeah, not a lot of time spent romantically involved. I definitely enjoyed it. There's only one more left in this series, so I'll definitely be reading that. And the epilogue ties leads into the next book, so definitely very intrigued to start that probably soon, because it would be very good. And then I'm definitely, so then one of the next books that I'm picking up for this vlog is going to be Come Back to Me, which is part of the Arrowwood Brothers. I think it's Arrowwood Brothers. So I'm gonna read that. Don't know the tropes of that. Could be amnesia. Sounds like it's amnesia. This is a second chance. Okay, I love a second chance. And I think Corinne Michaels focuses a lot on military romances, which is not always my thing. And just for reference, so the first book in Rose Canyon, which has helped me remember, got a 4 stars. It's an amnesia trope. I liked it just a bit more than this because I really loved their journey back to love. And like, it was one of those ones where you spend like most of the book apart and then they got back together at the end. So I really loved that journey, which is why I probably preferred it a little bit more than this. Speak to you guys when I am reading Come Back for Me. I'm about to go to bed. I've just finished up how much I'm reading of Magnolia Parks for the night, but I'm gonna start Come Back for Me by Corinne Michaels until I fall asleep in bed. So I will update you in the morning the synopsis of this book because I literally have no idea. I'm gonna read as much as I can until I fall asleep. Good morning. It is quite early. I've just been lying in bed reading because I read some of this last night and within the first 5% I was hooked. I was hooked, and then I read some more this morning and I'm gonna keep reading until I have to get up and start cleaning the house, which is probably going to be soon. I haven't felt this hooked into a book in a while. I don't know what it is. Something about this book and this writing is great. This isn't romantic. Well, I wouldn't call this romantic suspense. There is a plot. I can see like there's going to be something brewing. This is amazing. I don't know. Please check your trigger warnings in this because there is a lot of discussions of DV. So basically the synopsis of this book and this series is it's called the Arrowwood Brothers. So you got 4 brothers, the Arrowwood Brothers. They make a vow to never return to their family land because their dad is abusive, their mum has died. And so our Connor, the man in this book, he has been medically discharged from the army. So he needs to come back to civilian life and figure out what he's doing. And as soon as he returns, he finds out his father's dead. So him and his brothers go back to Sugar Lake, which is where they're from, to bury their dad and sell off the property. When they go to sell off the property, the lawyer tells them they cannot sell off the property until each one of them lives on the property for 6 months. So that is how this is going to unfold, obviously. We get back to the farm. Connor finds his child on the property in their tree house and he's like, oh, well, I'll take you home. If you don't like any spoilers at all, skip to my next update. I'll like timestamp them. This child, he takes the child back to its mother, and the mother is the woman that he had a one-night stand with like right before he was deployed into the army, and he hasn't stopped thinking about her since. And it's heavily hinting that this child is his secret baby. So it's like a 6-year-old little girl, I think, and they form like an instant bond. I guess like the bigger trigger in this is that she is in an abusive marriage. He's incredibly controlling, incredibly abusive, and it is really hard to read at times. I am very much enthralled though because I want to know what's going to happen. I want to see their reunion. I want to find out if the kid is his. There are so many different things that I want to find out, and I am well and truly hooked. I don't know what it is, but I am hooked. It's got like something in it, and I don't love reading DV stories. It doesn't trigger me, but like I don't love reading DV stories, and I don't love like military romances and cop romances, but it's seeming as though that is like a common trope that Corinne Michaels writes about. A lot of cops, a lot of ex-army vets. Do with that information what you will. Maybe it's not for everybody. I think it's a bit hard in this current climate to read about police and the military. However, I'm not American, so I have no skin in the game. I'm going back into the bed and I'm going to keep reading, but I'm 20% of the way through it. I will update you guys at the 50% mark. It's 326 pages long, so not incredibly long. I'll probably read for about another half an hour or so. Then I'll get up, start cleaning, have breakfast. I do have some jobs to do, so I probably won't be reading again until later this afternoon. But this is so good. This is not the best angle, but I'm fully hooked in this book. Fully hooked. It is so good. I'm like just over 50% of the way through it. I'm like 54% of the way through it. 54. I am basically going to spend the rest of the afternoon reading this. It is fantastic. I don't love military romances, but Corinne Michaels just does such a good job, and her writing is really digestible really palatable, and like her characters are so interesting. I'm really like invested in their journey, which I haven't sort of felt for a little while. There is a little bit of insta lovingness between these two. I think there's going to be some later ones in this series. Like I think there's going to be Second Chance, which I love. I think like some of the later ones will be a little bit better. This is definitely insta-lovey, insta-lusty, because they had that one night stand and he hasn't stopped thinking about it since, and that was like 8 years ago. So there's like that element, but like I don't find it too disruptive to my reading feelings. I have no qualms about this book. I think it is fantastic. I'm gonna keep reading. I will probably update you at the end because I can't say too much now because it's obviously like all the action's gonna happen. But I love Connor. Connor is like such a sweet man, and the way he treats her daughter is unmatched. I love Ellie's strength. She's got so much strength in this situation, and I think it's really great to see someone in a DV situation like sort of stand up for what she believes in and try and like everything that she can to leave. She's definitely not presented as like a weak woman. She's definitely presented as like I've suffered long enough, I've had enough, I can do this. She's definitely very determined, and obviously like not everyone has the opportunity to leave. Not everyone it's not easy for everyone to leave. But I think it's really nice to see a woman represented that found the strength to leave a domestic violent situation. Overall, I'm impressed. I'm gonna keep reading and I'll see you guys when I have something else I need to say. I am finished. Come back for me. I freaking loved it. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars though. Like I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. It's just not that 4.5. It's definitely not a 5-star and it's not that 4.5, but it was really great. I loved the ending. It was very convenient at the end. Overall, it's a great read. I highly recommend. Obviously check your trigger warnings, but this is a great series. I've sort of worked out the Corinne Michaels reading order now. So I have actually added another book to this taste test because I've had 2 like ex-military books. Then I'm gonna read Forbidden Desires, I think. And that he's a cop. So like I don't love cop romances. So I'm gonna be adding Say You'll Stay, and they're cowboy brothers. So I'm gonna add that because I'm really into her small town. She does a great job. They're very much addictive, very easy to digest, very palatable. She's fantastic. I felt like with the Rose Canyon series, it's not like a major standout, but it's not a bad book. I'm definitely like, she's definitely an author I super enjoy. Very curious to see how the other 2 series go. So I am sure that I will love the Hennington Brothers series because they're brothers. I definitely prefer siblings, and obviously the boys, the Arrowwood series is brothers. I'm not sure about Whitlock family. I know it's a Whitlock family, so they're family. I definitely prefer family dynamics, which is probably why the Rose Canyon series doesn't do it as much for me because they're just friends. But I do love romantic suspense. But I think reading Catherine Cowles, her romantic suspense is like top tier. I may start Forbidden Hearts next, and then I'll read Say You'll Stay, and then I can just continue with that series. So I'm gonna read Forbidden Hearts. So that's single dad and nanny, which is, for me, I love that trope. That's probably the next one I'm gonna read. I don't know when I'm gonna start it. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see how the weekend takes us. The child to the single dad, the daughter, is deaf. So we have deaf representation. Yeah, I know that everybody loves Forbidden Hearts and the Whitlock series. So very intrigued to see how I feel about that. That is my update for tonight. I'll check in with you guys when I am reading Forbidden Hearts. I have read 25% of Forbidden Hearts. Now, so like I said, he's a cop. He's in the SWAT team. Our FMC is, so Phoebe previously babysat Olivia, and Olivia was 3 years old and cut her hair. So Asha was like, absolutely not. I am not having her as her. So Asha keeps calling in sick to work saying, I'm not coming. I have to look after the kid because the nanny that they had hired that can do ASL quit. And his boss was like, well, why don't we just, why doesn't my daughter like nanny for her until you can find a replacement? His boss's daughter is Phoebe. Asha's like, absolutely not. This is not going to happen. I am not letting your child look after my daughter again. At this point, it's been like about 6 years since then. So Phoebe is 24 years old, currently come home early from college, and we don't know why. And her dad volunteers her to nanny Olivia. So eventually Asher agrees and he says, okay, fine, she can look after her. Sets all these rules in place and it is very cute so far. The reason that Asher has Olivia full time is Olivia's mum has gone on a trip. So the parents aren't together, obviously. Phoebe like has so much respect and appreciation for Olivia and just treats her like this tiny little human, and it's just so sweet. And it's, I would say, so wholesome. This is really, really wholesome. I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely going to continue. I am flying through this book. I've just been reading on my phone, but I am 60% of the way through this book. I'm up to chapter 23. It is good, palatable. There's some fun little moments. Phoebe is so strong with everything she's going through, and I really enjoy it. I think it's great. Like, absolute winner. It's keeping my attention and I can't like stop reading because I'm just like so like entertained. I love all the side characters. I'm very intrigued where the rest of the series is going to go. I don't really have a lot to say because it's just a really good time and there's no real major critiques. It's just a really fun book with really fun characters. I'm intrigued in how their romance is going to develop. There's been a couple of spicy scenes, but nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna keep reading and I'll update you guys when I finish because I really don't have a lot to say because I'm just really having a good time with this book. Okay, so I've just had my brows done, hence why they look a little bit crazy. I finished Forbidden Hearts last night. I'm giving it a 4 stars. I really liked it. I think the thing is like all the action happens right at the end. So the first like 75% is quite slow. It's just focused on the relationship and then sexy times. And then the last like 25% is kind of crazy. Like so much happens since I like last updated. I did really enjoy it though. So it's definitely a good series. I am going to get back to that eventually. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the next book that I want to read in this series, which is Say You'll Stay, which is a cowboy romance. So I'm very excited. I don't know if this is just small town or romantic suspense. It's a really pretty cover. Yeah, don't know if it is just small town or if it's romantic suspense, but I'm going to start that now and read that for a bit until I have to cook dinner. I probably should go get my Kindle, but it's in the other room. I may just read it on my phone. Fuck, this is old. This came out in 2016. So I'm going to finish this book and then I'm going to keep going through her backlog from this book onwards. That is my plan. Keep updated on Say You'll Stay. A lot of her characters cross over, so it's like you've got to keep them all straight. And reading them so close back to back has been a lot, but it's fine. I'm going to read this and then take a little bit of a break and then come back to it. The only thing is, chapter 1 doesn't say whose POV is it in. Is this in third person? Okay, I guess I'll have to work out who the POV is in because this doesn't say whose POV each chapter is in. Interesting. Okay, see you at 25%. Okay, we are at the end and I have finished Say You'll Stay by Corinne Michaels, and I didn't really vlog this one because it was a weird one. It was told in like basically single POV the whole time, which was a little bit different. I really liked this. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. From memory. Yeah, 3.5 stars. Not my favorite, but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy the way the story unfolded. It is a second chance. A love after loss. It is, you definitely need to check your trigger warnings in this. I was not expecting this to go the way that it did. I was blindsided, but I was fine. But I loved her writing. Loved the healing, loved the growth. Fantastic book. I'm sad that I didn't really vlog much of it, unfortunately, but sorry. I don't know how it happened there. I don't know if I vlogged it and lost the footage or what happened, but I didn't vlog it. This is, like I said, great. It was a while ago that I don't remember a lot of the specifics. Single mum, second chance, cowboy, Nashville or Tennessee. That's it. That's the vlog. I'm sorry guys, not my best work, but I'll see you guys in my next author taste test. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you then. Bye guys.